Long Island medium Theresa Caputo coming to Cedar Rapids Paramount. If you repeatedly find feathers, pennies, hearts, or other little items in your path, that's no coincidence, according to television's Long Island medium. All the signs and symbols around us are messages from departed loved ones. We all receive them differently. Theresa Caputo said via an email interview during a cross-country tour to bring her live experiences to the masses. I believe each and every one of us has the ability to channel our departed loved ones, and I tell people to look out for those little hellos from heaven. She'll be channeling multiple hellos when she returns to Cedar Rapids on November 9 at the Paramount Theater. While she doesn't have a set format for her live experiences, she always begins by letting the audience know what to expect. But then Spirit takes me on a journey around the theater, delivering messages up close and personal, Caputo said. We have cameras following me around and a screen set up so you can feel and be a part of the experience. I have a very small crew of 8 people. We're like family. Her show on the TLC channel debuted September 25, 2011, and launched a new season October 18. A life-changing experience changed her life as well. My friend Victoria Woods and her sister, Courtney Mullen, who was a producer at MTV at the time, had lost their father, Caputo said. I did a reading for them, and it changed their life, and Courtney thought everyone should be able to experience the gift of healing. That's how Long Island Medium came to be. The cameras not only showed her gallery readings and private readings, but focused on her husband and their son and daughter, now in their 20s. The cameras kept rolling, even when the glimpses into her personal life were painful, including the end of her marriage. When Larry and I decided to share our lives on Long Island Medium 8 years ago, we shared everything, and this was no different, she said. Yes, it was very hard to do, but it just proved how much Long Island Medium helps people. So many people commented that what Larry and I were going through they were, as well, and it helped them in their situation. The couple divorced in 2018, but some things in her world haven't changed. Caputo still lives next door to her parents in Hicksville, Long Island. I'm 52, so I guess you can say I have separation anxiety. Seriously, she said, I don't know what I would do without them. She takes that support and pays it forward. Her mission, whether on TV or in person, is simple: to help people heal after the loss of a loved one, and to let them know that all those things that go on around them that they think are a coincidence, or simply remind them of their loved one, to know that it is them. The soul bond can never and will never be broken, she said. Messages from the other side come to her a couple of ways. My main way of connecting with spirit is through feeling. I will feel the bond and relationship that you shared with them, and also how they died, she said. Spirit also will show me signs and symbols from my past experiences here in the physical world to relay messages. For example, roses are always a symbol of love and devotion. The color is where the meaning comes in. Red is an anniversary either of someone's wedding or departure. Yellow is my symbol for someone whose name is Rose or has Rose in their name. And she doesn't need to be in proximity to the deceased person's loved ones, objects, or locations in order to have them come through. I can channel spirit from anywhere, she said. Spirit just has to push me enough to say something. She also can connect with her own departed loved ones, just like everyone else, she added. For her own peace of mind, she blocks negative energy from coming through. I always protect and ground myself in God's white light, she said. And when I feel things that are not of my own, or no reason why I should be feeling this way, and I am not channeling, I say, "Be gone, you are not of me." So this is letting the energy know I'm acknowledging them, but do not want to feel that way. In a Gazette interview before her 2014 Cedar Rapids experience at the U.S. Cellular Center, she noted that she has been feeling these nudges from the other side since she was a little girl. She tried to push them aside, but spirit prevailed. I always felt different from the age of 4, and I didn't know what it was, she said. She realizes not everyone who comes to her live experiences will believe in her gifts. Some will be dragged along and won't even know who she is. That's that happens in her televised gallery talks, too, but sometimes the skeptics are the ones who receive the messages. People come for many different reasons, and it's the same thing when people come to a reading, she said. Everyone comes for something different, and I think it's always for validation for us, whatever it may be. The Long Island Medium on critics, gifts ahead of Des Moines stop. Theresa Caputo, better known as the Long Island Medium, talks to the dead for a living. The New York native has been showcasing her gift for the world to see on her TLC show since 2011. While viewers are used to seeing her on the television screen, they will now be able to see her live for the Experience show at Des Moines Civic Center. On how the experience differs from Long Island Medium, Caputo said that the audience would be given a quick speech for anyone who has never watched her in action. During her live show, Caputo won't be on stage, but down in the crowd, allowing the spirit to guide her around the venue. I deliver the message to them up close and personal, she said. We have cameras that follow me around with a big screen, so no matter where you're seated, you can feel and be a part of the amazing experience. Caputo discovered her ability to be able to connect and talk to the dead when she was 4 years old. I always said to my mom, growing up, I feel different than everyone else. I feel like I don't belong here, Caputo said. Caputo's mother would always reassure her. When I accepted my gift later in my 20s, I felt complete as a person. I share that part of the story of my life with people because in some way, shape or form, we at times feel different, she said. Following the 9/11 attacks in New York City, she was pushed to help people with healing. But her gift took her in another direction. I happen to read a lot of people that have lost children, and then all of a sudden, I'm doing group readings, Caputo said. Along with accepting her gift, Caputo has had to learn how to balance faith and abilities. Now I meditate. I understand that it's important to take care of myself as well, Caputo said. How much does it cost to get a reading from the Long Island Medium? According to a statement from Theresa herself, which could be found on her website, people often ask how much I charge for readings. It ranges from $50 to $175, depending on if it's a private or group reading. 100% of the money is donated to charity. For group readings that are held in a restaurant, all proceeds are donated to charity. My clients make a donation directly to the charity I support each season. In the past, the Long Island Veterans Home through the Stony Brook Foundation and Meals on Wheels have been the recipients of all donations. It is my honor to help and bring awareness to local charities. The Long Island Medium converts a cynic after incredible moment in a supermarket deli. We talk about superpowers a lot these days. With the popularity of the Marvel and DC Comics franchises, a popular icebreaker is often to ask, what superpower you would choose if you could? While many would like to improve their own lives with such fantastical powers, some people who have lost loved ones would like the ability to speak to them, if only for one last time. That power, or as she likes to put it, ability is possessed by the one and only Long Island Medium, Theresa Caputo. In her television series of the same name, Wherever I go, spirits come to me, and I am compelled to help the people around those spirits, Theresa said of her gift. This is not just a job, this is my life. And as a medium, my job is always under the critical eye. Everywhere I turn, there are skeptics who don't believe in what I do, but this is not about me. In the first episode of Season 4 of Long Island Medium, Theresa connects with a woman in a deli while she is organizing a party for her family. The woman appears to have been at the deli by chance at the same time as Theresa. "Excuse me," Theresa said as she ushered the woman over to her. "Have you lost a father?" "Yes," the woman said with confusion. "Okay, I'm a medium, and I can sense the spirits of those who have crossed over. Your father has just taken the opportunity to step forward now while I'm here," Theresa explained to the increasingly concerned deli customer. "Oh boy," the woman replied. In a cute away segment, the deli customer told cameras that she had always been a skeptic when it came to those who could communicate with the deceased. And despite having hoped to receive a message from her father after his death, had never had the opportunity to see one. As Theresa pulled the customer to the side, she asked if she had gotten a tattoo in memory of her father, to which the woman responded by pulling her shirt up and revealed a lower back tattoo with the word Daddy in a flying heart. Theresa went on to tell the woman, who was now crying, that her father had come here to a Long Island Continental deli to give her a kiss and tell her how proud he was that she had grown into such a beautiful young woman. "Are you in school? Did you have a tough time during school?" she asked. "Yeah, it actually took me 7 years to get through high school because I didn't want to go back after he died. But I did it," the woman explained. "Ah," Theresa said. "That's why he's telling me he's so proud of you with your schooling achievements. He's so proud. That was your father's soul getting you on your journey and getting you back to the path you're meant to be on." Theresa went on to tell the woman, who was now sobbing, that her father was telling her that she would always be his little girl, and to know that when she felt his presence, he was really there with her. "This really makes me a believer in mediums," the woman told the cameras. "The things that she told me, nobody else would know that besides my father. Now he sent me a sign, and I feel a lot of closure." Long Island mediums Theresa Caputo launches podcast with a cast. You'd imagine she saw this coming. Theresa Caputo, star of TLC's Long Island Medium, is launching her own podcast. Caputo, whose reality series has run for 14 seasons on the Discovery-owned cable network, has struck a deal with podcast company Acast for Hey Spirit. The show will launch on October 15. The practicing medium will see Caputo continue her work in audio format. She said that she will channel the souls of those who have passed as well as conduct Hugh and as of people from around the world in the new show. She will help guests work through their grief and will see fans and guest celebrities get a reading. The podcast is produced by Audiation and Mullen Management. Long Island Medium, produced by Magilla Entertainment, has aired over 175 episodes since 2011. Its last season, season 14, aired between October and December 2019. Elsewhere, her new book Good Morning, Moving Through Everyday Losses with Wisdom from the Other Side, will be published by HarperCollins from October 6. "I'm so excited about doing a podcast with a cast," she said. "I'm thrilled that I'll be able to connect with people from all over the world in this new format." Podcasts allow people to form relationships with listeners in this very intimate, personal way by stripping everything else away and simply using their voice, said Rebecca Steinberg, Content Development Manager at Acast. Hey Spirit brings to life Theresa's work as she guides people through their most vulnerable moments, welcoming listeners into her intuition and her sensitivity.